Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Chelsea, aka Garden Babe, out here finna do my first ever garden tour. This is so late. A lot of people have been asking about it, but it is so late, but better now than never. Okay, so I got a lot of things to show you. A lot of things don't look good out here yet, but we're still gonna look at it, and it's gonna get better over time. So what's the best way to start than today? I just got off work. A little roughed up because I've been out here earlier cleaning up some things, and I actually got stung by a bee, so my hand hurts. But it's Friday, TGIF. And let's get started. And first off, like and follow, like that notification button, and hit subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing videos every week, so you can check me out on updates on the garden. And here we go. All right, we're gonna start from right, and then we're gonna work our way left. We're gonna start over here. I have a lot of container pots that I do grow things out of. Right here I have my cucamelon vine. It may be 2 plants in there that's growing out of the grow pots. This is a 20-gallon grow pot, and they're getting pretty long and they are pretty healthy. You are starting to see little cucamelon buds. So this is my first year growing cucamelon. So excited about that. I have some oregano that's flowering right next to it. Smells so good. Love oregano. Oregano can be used for a lot of different things besides herbs and spices on your food. They're actually used for medicine as well. So it's good to have herbs and oregano especially in your garden. Right here I have our cherry tomatoes. I said that so wrong. We got the ground cherries right here, and you can actually see the ground cherries are forming. Not quite there yet, but there are actually 2 ground cherry plants in here. In this tub I grew ground cherries last year in then, and it did so good, so I put some more ground cherries in there this year. Of course, I got my basil. It's actually starting to go to flower. It's bolted, so actually I'm just gonna let it bolt out and produce seeds for me to save, and it still smells so good. Oh my god. Right next to the oregano I have my Roma tomato plant. It's also in a 20-gallon grow pot. Right now we're looking pretty good. We got about 6 tomatoes on it, maybe 5, but it's been doing really good, and still more flowers developing. So this is actually been doing good, very good, the Roma tomatoes. Next to it I have some peas, and yes, I'm still getting peas this late in the year. So some of them have died already, but I got a good bit of peas out of this pea plant. Is maybe about 3 or 4 plants in there. This one is still going, but I think this is maybe about it. When it comes to the peas, these are the sweet snap peas, and they are so good. You can just eat them right off of the plant. Next to there I have this raised garden bed that I put in right back there in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. This is a sunflower I have growing out in the corner, but I don't think it's doing very good because it's shaded. Have so many trees over it. It's shaded, and it's not really the best spot to grow that in. And I know you're looking at my fence. A windstorm blew down my fence, so I'm getting it fixed soon, but have some very strong winds and have to get my fence. So excuse the mess when it comes to that. Excuse that. In this bed here, still I have an okra plant that's growing out, and I have some zucchinis that's still growing there. I have some onions. I planted a row of onions that's doing really good. I have some cauliflowers that's developing. And I put a marigold plant at the edge of the bed here. And I have this massive basil plant here that I need to come and clip and tear some off. It's just grown so big. And this is actually volunteered in this bed here, so it's really not supposed to be here. And I have a marigold next to that. I have a volunteer zinnia that came in here, some volunteer catnip. I guess you can just say this is the volunteer bed, because I planted none of this stuff here. The only thing I did plant here is the African daisies, and it only grew on one side, but these are the African daisies. There are so pretty, so many of them, but I think because of all of the volunteers, it's not able to grow to its full potential. So that's okay. I just let it do its thing, and I still got flowers out of it, so we're okay. Coming back to this side, I have a strawberry patch. Strawberries is like in these raised beds. I'm still having a lot of strawberries being produced. So many strawberries. OMG. I have had so many strawberries this year, and it's been unbelievable. And there's actually one ripe one right here. I've actually had to fight with some of the squirrels and the chipmunks. They've been enjoying the strawberries too, so I have this netting over them. I uncovered it for the video, but this netting, it actually does a really good job in protecting the strawberries. So hopefully we'll keep some, continue to get some. They're ever-bearing strawberries, so hopefully it'll keep producing throughout the season. Right here I have another okra plant that's growing out of, I think this is a 3-gallon pot, to see how it does. I've never grown an okra out of a 3-gallon pot, but we're gonna see what it does. It looks like it's doing good. I don't really remember what this is. I believe this is like a collard green, a type of collard green. I think it's maybe the Georgia collards, and I isolated it and put it by itself because there were a lot of wormies on it, and I had to put some spray and stuff on it, but it looks like it's doing better. It's doing good. Same thing with this one. This one actually looks like a cabbage. Doing pretty good, but I got this in the 3-gallon pot to see what it does. Ooh, it's a butterfly. And this is the protector for the garden. This is Big Cat. You'll see him a lot. He definitely tries to keep things out of the garden that's not supposed to be there. Okay, now we're back on this side. I have some more herbs here. This is the lemon thyme. I've been actually growing this for about the same pot for about 2 years, and it's been doing really good. It smells so good every year. So as long as it's gonna stay in that pot, that's where it's gonna be. I'm gonna keep it there. I also have this tomato plant here. Let's see, which one is this one. This is the trophy tomato. I may actually end up moving this because, again, since this is over this tree, it's not getting the light I want it to get out of here, and we may need to hurry this video up because it's about to rain, but we're gonna see. I have a chives. Chives has been so bountiful this year, so bountiful. And right here I have a blueberry bush. This is the second year for blueberry bush. I don't think we'll get blueberries this year, but we'll see what it does next year. I know it takes time for it to produce blueberries, so we'll see what it does. Back there we have a mammoth sunflower. It did so well last year in that spot, but again, since all the trees and shrubage grew over, it's kind of having a hard time getting bigger like it did last year. So we're gonna see if we're gonna keep it there, or I may move it somewhere else, so we'll see. I have my banana plant here, and this is supposed to be a dwarf banana plant. It's actually in a 20-gallon grow pot. I have it since last year. Haven't seen any bananas yet, but we're gonna see what it does this year. It's gotten way more leaves than it did last year, so it's doing something. I'll bring it back in when it gets colder, and then put it back outside when it gets warmer. We'll see what it does. But these leaves are gigantic. It's huge. I may have to end up getting a bigger pot for it, but we'll see on here. Back here I have the Thai hot peppers. They actually have a bunch of peppers on them. Bunch of peppers, and they are so tiny, but they are so spicy. So good on Thai food. I love them. But they're supposed to turn red when they're fully mature, so we got a good bunch of them on there. We'll see about that. Now this, as you can see, I've had a caterpillar problem. Caterpillars have been getting to my cabbages, and it really did a number on this one. So I did some treatments, you know, to get it back right, and it's recovering. But we're gonna see if it pulls through. It's definitely took a beating. Not as much as this one, not so much. This one actually looks pretty good, but we'll see what happens here. And these are just some loose sweet potato vines. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put them, because you'll understand once we get through the tour. I don't have a lot of room, but I try to make room as I go. So we gotta figure out where to put them. I have some starter plants just here sitting. Gotta figure out what to do with those. Of course, we have marigolds everywhere. You'll see marigolds everywhere. I have a lavender plant. Looks like the sun pretty much got this pretty baked out, but it still smells great. So yeah, I love lavender. But I have my kale. This is the purple kale plant here. So beautiful. This actually did take a beating from the caterpillars, but it looks like it's coming back, and it came back pretty strong. So looks good. Have a lavender plant next to it. Of course, I want I said lavender. This is rosemary. I love rosemary. It smells so good. Oh my god. I keep it in the pot, because with the thing with herbs, if you put them in the ground, they go crazy. So I try to keep all my herbs in the pots, because I don't want them to spread everywhere. I don't have a lot of room, so I need my space for other things. So we have that. Coming back this way, I have a I think this is a rainbow chard. This is a Swiss chard. That may be what it is. Looks like it needs some help. But it's been growing in a 3-gallon pot, so we're gonna see what that does. I think this is a bell pepper. We see all the flowers and things starting on here. So this one is just now starting. It's a bug. This one is starting. Looks good. And this right here is my mama. This is the mama of my tomatoes right now. This is the Sweet 100. The Sweet 100 tomato. And this thing is huge. Anytime I grow a tomato in this pot, it just grows incredibly big, incredibly tall, so abundant, so fruitful. I have my first tomato ripening. This is the first tomato of the season that's ripening. Hey, big cat. First tomato. Of course, you're gonna see the marigolds everywhere, to deter, you know, the pests and things of that sort. But it's so many tomatoes on this plant, so many. I am so excited about that. Coming back this way, this is supposed to be a blueberry bush, and you can see the blueberry bush right there. This is my first year planting that, but it looks like a tomato started growing in here. I gotta get this out of here. I don't know what kind of tomato it is, but it just started growing in there. I don't know. It's gotten so big, and I didn't notice it until today. So I have to pull that out because it's taking over my blueberry bush, my blackberry bush. This blackberry, you got a stem here and another stem over there. This tomato plant didn't volunteer its way in there, I guess. Okay. Right here I got some dark basil. Dark basil that is starting to sprout. Here next to it I got some lemon balm. If you have not tried an herb, definitely try lemon balm. Lemon balm is so good. You can put it in tea and it's so fragrant. It smells so delicious. Oh my god, I love lemon balm. I haven't stopped growing it since I started gardening, and that's been forever ago. So if you want to try lemon balm, try it. I do have a lot of zinnias that just started growing everywhere, and wherever they're growing, I just left them. I love zinnias, they're beautiful, but I didn't know how many volunteers I had, and you'll see that later. But I have so many volunteer zinnias, and I hate to pull them up or cut them up. It's just, I love zinnias, so I leave them where they are. Down this way, we got our trellis here. It's unfinished, but we're almost there with our trellis. Right here we have still the okras, and this is still the 3-gallon pots here. They're doing so well in the 3-gallon pot, so maybe I'll continue to grow my okras in there. It looks great, looks healthy, they're doing good. Both of those are okras. Over here I have a hanging basket of strawberries. The only thing is, next year, instead of that whole section of strawberries, I'm gonna have to do a planter, and I want to do the hanging strawberries because it's just been having a fight with so many bugs on the ground, and so many rodents and squirrels and chipmunks. You know, I just think it'll be better if you have something higher to put those on. That way you don't get as many of them taken and damaged and eaten and all that. Oh my gosh, there's another one right here. Okay, so it's doing really good as a grower. I haven't had many missing off of here, so that's why I'm thinking about doing the tall planters next year. On this side we have our beans. Beans are right in front of the beds here. This is the dragon tongue beans. I have gotten so many beans off of here. There's so many beans off of here, and they're just still growing, still flowering, still growing. But this is the dragon tongue beans. Right here we have some cucumbers. I think those are lemon cucumbers. The names have been rubbing off on my label, so I know what they are, but I don't know which ones they are, if that makes sense. I know they're cucumbers. I don't know which cucumbers, but I know they're cucumbers. So we'll find out once they get bigger. I have some more purple kale, and this one actually looks pretty okay. The wormies didn't attack this one as much as my other ones, and you'll see that later, but put some treatment on it. Purple kale is so good, and it's beautiful. I love growing it. It's just something beautiful to look at as well. This right here is some type of pepper plant. I think it's green pepper. Green bell pepper, I think. Not sure. I get my labels rubbed off, so I don't know on that one. The next set of beans we have here is our yellow beans. Very interesting. This is my first year growing yellow beans. They have been very bountiful, and they're so pretty. They're so pretty to look at. So yellow. I picked a bunch of them yesterday, so there's only like one on there, but so bountiful. Like the dragon tongue, they produce a lot. So if you're gonna grow beans, definitely try the yellow beans. They're really good, and they're so pretty. Right here, well, in front of here, we have a cabbage growing. Wormies kind of got to them, but it looks like they're recovering. It's doing good, so not too worried about that. I have one of my main cucumber plants right here. It's gotten so tall. Have a bunch of cucumbers growing off of it, so a bunch of cucumbers. Wanting to ready for cucumbers, and there's gonna be a good bit of them, so I'm excited about that. And I also have one growing after it. I plant in rear, so once one cucumber plant is up, I have more growing. That way you have a continuous harvest throughout your season. And I have to come out here because cucumbers love to latch onto things, and it took a hold. I don't know how it does that. It takes a hold of things, and it's choking the hell out of my, this is a red acre cabbage. It's choking it. Like, really? Like, why are you doing that? Okay, I gotta come out here and really redirect it, because it'll grab onto anything you can get its little tendril on. On this side, and backing up a little bit here, I have some cucumber plants that will be trellising up. I want some hanging cucumbers. I also have another pepper plant. I don't know which one this is. This is some serrano pepper. That's what it's called, serrano pepper. Next to it I have honeydew. I believe this one is honeydew. No, this is a cantaloupe. I think that one was a honeydew. Okay, this is cantaloupe, and I think that one is the cantaloupe too. And I have to finish this trellis because it's getting ready to climb, and there's nothing for it to climb on, so I need to finish this trellis. That's on my to-do list. I have more greens in this 3-gallon grow bucket. This is the Georgia Southern collard green. Actually, this has been a very great green to grow. I haven't seen any bugs or pests on it, and it's just beautiful. It's just doing a great job. So definitely will be growing more of that. And keeping an eye on it too, because I'm definitely speaking too soon. But compared to my other plants, they choose the other plants and not this one. So I might grow that one again. This one is another collard. This is called the Champion's collard. Had a little bit of a bug problem, but it's still doing okay. Right here, have some okras, and it's actually 2 that volunteered here. Have more cucumbers growing right here. They're about to trellis up, so I definitely need to get that trellis out here. I have more beans, but this one is the green bean. This is the regular green beans. And oh my god, it's just so many of them. I have to get out here. And pick them. There's so many green beans. So bountiful. I love it. Love it. And this is my other red kale. This one was just so big and beautiful, and then one day most of my leaves were eaten, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And it was just so many wormies on here. It just was ridiculous. So I had to end up cutting some of them off because it was just so damaged, and it just left like the rib, like, you know how you leave the rib off of a bone. It was just the rib of the kale here, and I had to give it a treatment and things of that sort, and give it some fertilizer. It should be okay. It looks like it's doing all right, so we're gonna see what it does. Of course, I got a marigold back there. Right here we have this is the chocolate sunflower. It's so big and so wide. Look at that. Need my nails done, but yeah, it's so huge. I got small hands too, but it's still big. Forget you. But this is the chocolate sunflower. It's starting to form a head. I'm so excited. So pretty, so big, so strong. Look at the girth in that. So big and so strong. I love it. I love a healthy plant. So exciting to look at. Right here I have another pepper plant. I don't know which one this is. I have a label. This is a cayenne pepper. I eventually probably will move this because this sunflower is shadowing over this, so I'm gonna have to move that. In the back of there, I think this is another cayenne. I think this is a regular cayenne, and that one is a hot one. So I'm gonna definitely have to move those so they can get sunlight before this chocolate sunflower takes everything. So this last bucket I have over here on this side, this is actually a tiger melon. that is actually trying to trellis up. So actually I might just go ahead and go get that trellis today, the rest of the wire, so I can finish it. But that's going to be a tiger melon. I have my spearmint. Whatever you do, do not grow this in the ground. This is exactly why this is in a bucket. It smells so good. But spearmints, they act like weeds, and you will never see anything grow as fast as you see a spearmint grow in life. That they grow so fast and they bush out so far, you won't have room to plant anything. So definitely put that in a container and keep it there. I have also a volunteer zinnia that I refuse to cut that's growing out of it. So that looks great here. I have another tomato plant. This one, I think this is the evergreen. Yeah, it's a bunch of flowers on it. It has so many flowers and it's been looking great. So waiting patiently for flowers. I have my watermelon bed. Right now I have orange watermelon and a black diamond watermelon growing here, and I also have a okra plant planted in the middle just to see. I had nowhere else to put it, so it's gonna grow right there until it can't. So yeah, next to there I have another tomato. I have a lot of tomato plants. This one is I'm actually not sure what this one is. This one is the tropical sunset, I think. Very healthy, very strong. Over here I have more tomatoes. This one is no tag. I don't know what this one is. Tags has been getting lost and scratched off, so I don't know what that one is. This one is the beefsteak tomato. Got flowers, so I'm ready. So ready for that one. And this one is the German green tomato. It's been branching out, so it's ready. It's been tied up. Started leaning over, and it actually got a tomato going on that one. So excited about that one. It's supposed to stay green, and it's supposed to be huge. So I think I'm gonna need a bigger and thicker stake for it. So my first time growing this variety, and we'll see what it does. So over here I have my carrot bed. I was in it earlier and I got stung by a bee, so I haven't been back over here yet because my finger hurts, and I'm gonna try that another day. Let the bee get out. But it got me good. It got me pretty good. My thumb hurts. So, and these are the carrots I pulled out before it got me. These are the multi-variety carrots in there. And I'm pulling them up because they were starting to go to flower. And they're pretty much done, so I gotta get those out. And this is a zucchini squash starting to get flowers on there. Ready for some zucchini. This is one of my squash plants, and they're growing out of some blue buckets here. Great. Actually, I'm starting to see a squash on here. It's exciting, very exciting. I got two more tomato plants growing here. This one is called the San Marino, and this one is called the yellow pear. That one is the yellow pear. I gotta do something about those labels because they keep scratching off. But this one is actually starting to form some. Excited about the yellow pears. I heard they're really good. I have never tried them, so I'm excited. Over here in this bin I have another okra. Yes, I love okra, and you're gonna see a lot of them. Another okra, a volunteer zinnia, looks very great. Got a marigold right there. Another volunteer zinnia. I didn't plant any of these zinnias this year. They were all planted last year, but it's so many volunteers I just couldn't bear to cut them. Could not. Right here I have jalapenos. I already clipped a couple, but it's looking like it's going to be pretty bountiful this year, so it's growing a lot of flowers. Right here I have an eggplant, and this is the Black Beauty eggplant. Looks like there has been a lot of white flies on it, so I need to come out and take a look at that. But Yeah, this is supposed to be a Black Beauty eggplant. I have another tomato plant here. It's the Corisum Kiss? No, Gersum Kiss. It start with a G, something like that. But it's so healthy and thick, and looks like it's gonna be a great tomato. It's supposed to be a cherry tomato. So we'll see what that one tastes like or what that one does. And right here we have our sweet bananas. Sweet banana plants does so great. So I already have a bunch of banana plants on there, so excited about that. On this side I have that was supposed to be a rainbow chard. Supposed to be a rainbow chard, but I haven't been having a lot of luck growing rainbow chards. If you have any suggestions or comments, definitely let me know what I'm doing wrong. But it just has not gotten bigger than this. Don't know why. But next to it, oh hell, I forgot what those are called. It's some type of beet that's growing next to it. And then I have the broccolini. Broccoli is actually starting to go to flower and go to seed. We actually eat these thingies. When broccoli heads start, they start off like this, and that's what we eat, the undeveloped flower. But over time it actually turns into a pretty beautiful flower here. That's what it does when it sprouts. So I'm excited about that one. I want to collect some seeds off of it. Of course, we got a marigold there. I got a bunch of celery. This is not really a great time to grow celery. I just never grew it before, and I was just excited to see celery. So I got some. I went on ahead and planted it, and they're actually doing pretty good. Pretty bulky, pretty stalky. Smells great. Love celery. I have some flowers that's growing in this bed and a bunch of thyme that has sprouted in this bed as well. And then I have some more tomatoes. This is the honeycomb cherry tomato. Those were really good, so I decided to plant those again this year. The only thing about the honeycomb is that they tend to have a lot of disease that comes with them. Every time I grow them, you see the spots on the leaves, and that does it every time. So it does pick up a lot of disease, but the tomatoes itself are pretty good. This one next to it is the big rainbow, and you can see why it's called the big rainbow. They're gonna get huge, and then they're gonna turn like this yellow, orange, reddish color. It's gonna be beautiful. So I wanted to have that in the garden because I've never tried it, and it's supposed to be beautiful, so I want to see what that looks like. Right here we got some catnip. Catnip is pretty thick and luscious and bountiful, and I do this for my kitties. Had some cat grass growing that died, but I usually try to grow something for them too, for them to enjoy. I have some parsley that went to seed here, so hopefully we'll be getting some seeds off of that. So, well guys, that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and head in the house because it's finna rain. It's getting dark, so not a lot of time left to show you a lot more things, but stay tuned. I'll be doing updates every month. This is the month of June, so you know there's more to come. The summer's not over, and it's going to be a lot of more things to see. Make sure you subscribe and follow for the next video, and I'll get you covered out here. And me and Big Cat will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.